gotta take control of what life has offered me. And when I put my mind and soul in perfect harmony, it feels like
What's up, guys? This is the Cavemen Media Podcast, and we welcome you into the poker room. We are joined here with my main man, Connor Gray, little bro.
What's up?
And the other man, Jordan Lease.
How's it going?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Living life, living the dream.
A little Sunday night action. What'd you guys do this weekend?
Oh, man. This weekend we started off by seeing a movie Thursday night, Captain Marvel.
Quality film.
Quality film.
Second Marvel movie I've ever seen.
The second?
No, the second one I've ever seen. Besides Avengers, the second one. What's it called?
The
Age
of Ultron?
No.
Or the Infinity War?
Infinity War, yeah.
You know
That's
how
where
many
you
Marvel movies I've seen?
Probably zero.
Not a single one.
Not a
Dude,
single
I
one.
didn't start liking them until we watched the Avengers. It's wild.
I couldn't even name one.
It is wild.
If you're truly going to start, you need to start with Iron Man, but I don't have enough time to watch all those movies.
Yeah, I don't have the time either, so I just watched like a 14-minute video on YouTube.
Dude, I haven't even been to the movie theaters in like 2 years. What's it like at the movie theater? They still.
It's like how they are in Vegas. When we thought the ones in Vegas were super nice with like the recliner chairs and stuff, that's every movie theater ever now.
So you guys had a little due date?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Bros before hoes, man.
Yeah.
No, but it was good. Besides when we first got there.
Yeah, that getting to the movie was brutal.
So we go in and we're at the front desk getting our tickets, and our friend came up and we were talking to him. So when Jordan handed me my ticket, I just threw it in my pocket real quick and didn't really realize which one. So I threw it in the inside pocket, deep down in there. So when we go to hand the dude our ticket, I'm like, wait, I don't have it. I lost it. So we go up there, and as we're telling the lady we need a new ticket, and she's pissed. She's like, "Can I see your other ticket?" Okay. And why'd you lose your ticket?
Because we are knuckleheads.
As she's asking me this, I feel it, and I look at Jordan, and I'm like, and he's like, "Dude, if that's your ticket, I'm gonna be pissed." So I just pulled it out. I was like, "All right, let's go." Sorry for the inconvenience.
Then we had to go over and get popcorn, and that was an adventure.
Yeah, I couldn't decide on the popcorn size. He wanted to get a small. But, the small would have been gone by the end of the trailers.
Well, I didn't want to waste any popcorn, man.
You get a free refill with the large popcorn. Why not just get a large?
What, for $22 for
yeah.
soda?
Yeah, like a popcorn and a large drink's $15.
It's ridiculous.
It wasn't that bad.
That's why you wear the sweatshirt. Put that shit in the pocket.
You can't fit a large
Hit the
popcorn.
dollar store. Get your candy.
Hey, I will pay for movie popcorn, though. That's the best.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And then we had to go over, and you got to go for that usher guy to give him your ticket. And that guy must have not liked us or something, because we weren't aware that was the wrong side. You get the left or right side when you go in those movie theaters. And I handed this nice gentleman my ticket, and he rips it in half like you usually do and just dramatically goes,
yeah,
that way.
He didn't say a word. He he took our ticket, tore it, and then just pointed to the other side. I'm like, oh, all right, man. So we walked to the other side, and the guy over there has a problem that our ticket's already ripped. And we're like, nah, the guy over there ripped them. And he goes, all right. So we didn't think he was going to let us in there for a minute, but we got in. We saw the movie. It was a quality film.
I don't know about you, but I was not letting that 17-year-old kid stop me from seeing Captain Marvel that night.
You got to think, though, how many kids 16 and younger going to the movie theater getting dropped off and just trying to pull fast ones like that to see free movies.
Oh, I used to do it all the time.
Yeah. It used to be easy back in the day.
Yeah, it was so easy.
They stepped up the security game at the movie theater now?
Yeah, they got the one guy up front.
They went from it to, okay, they can actually keep up now.
We got a full show ahead of us here, guys. We got all kinds of topics to go over. Before we get into it, though, we're going to talk about Vulgar. Vulgar, VULGARUSA.com. Got all kinds of new stuff. They drop stuff this week. They're dropping stuff next week.
Oh.
I already got mine. Writing threads. They got shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of badass stuff. Check them out. It's VulgarUSA.com and at VulgarUSA on Instagram.
Heck yeah, I can't wait to get me a new shirt.
So it's about that time. A little March Madness coming up. You guys ready for that?
Oh, I'm ready for the most magical time of the year.
Honestly, I don't know why they call it March Madness. It happens in April.
But the madness,
most of it.
The first 2 weeks are.
Is that
March.
Considered the madness?
That's
the first 2 weeks.
Well, not the first 2 weeks. Excuse me. The first 2 days. That first
2
weekend.
days.
the weekend of 64 and then goes down to 32.
Yeah.
That's the madness right there. That the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you got to request off work. You can't miss a second of it. That's the madness in March.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Like
I can't wait for it.
I'm really like half tempted to call off those next like 2 days and then just like leave town and just go somewhere and just do nothing but watch the first 2 days. Like it's gonna be magical. It's gonna be nuts. Last year my bracket ended on the first day. Shout out to Virginia for that. Thanks a lot. But this year I feel like it's gonna be a better year for me in the bracket.
I know every year my dad will take off work the first day of the tournament, and he'll go to Roosters before it even opens, wait in the parking lot. He's the first one in the door. He gets like a table for like 20-some people.
Yep.
They just sit there all day and drink and watch the games.
That's the
That's
plan
the
for me
best
this
day.
year too. Beer, wings, and filling out my bracket and seeing how terrible it was.
When is bracket day? Next Sunday? Week from today?
So
Next
yeah,
Sunday.
the
We'll have to do
conference
something for
tournament all this week. Conference tournament, a little bit of madness in the conference tournaments this week, and then you got the selection Sunday next week, which we'll have a little selection Sunday show next week.
Anybody gonna go to the first 4 games here in Dayton?
Yeah, definitely gonna go to the first 4 games.
You
I don't know
are?
if I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go on Tuesday or Wednesday and see which games are better. Because I think it's like a 7 and 9:30, 2 games each day.
I was about to ask what time they're at. I could maybe go then.
Yeah, I'm
Depends who plays.
Yeah, it depends who plays. If it's a bunch of nobodies, then I'm not gonna drop $40-$50 on a ticket.
Right.
But it's
Somebody
always fun.
seems to think that Florida might crack into the first 4, and I'm like, I have no interest in going then.
Yeah, we'll have to see who gets in there. That's one perk of living in Dayton. We get the first 4 games at UD Arena. You know.
Yeah,
Are
wow.
you?
It's crazy, man.
The road starts here.
It does. It starts right here in the.
Is it?
in the
Doesn't
DYT.
Obama used to go to the first 4 games?
Oh,
Is
I
that
don't
who
know
it
about
was?
all that.
He went.
Somebody used to go.
He went one
Is it?
time with
Yeah.
like somebody from Britain. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they shut down like all of like Route 4 for him.
Of
Yeah.
course, it's
Nuts.
president.
Yeah, like WHI was like, look at all these kids from I can't even remember the school. There's a school right there off Route 4. And like, look at all these kids going up to the fence trying to get a pic, like a sense of the motorcade driving by, and it just drives right by. And I'm like, what a moment!
What's your guys' best memory of March Madness?
Best memory of March Madness. Well, I don't really watch college basketball like religiously,
Boo.
but I do have a memory. It goes back to 5th grade.
Oh,
Man. We had to have, well, we didn't have to, but you pick a team just out of a hat or whatever, and that's your team. So I don't remember who it
it was
was.
Mr. Seifert. He
No, I don't-
filled out the whole bracket.
Yeah,
and
no,
the
I don't
hallway and
remember
everything?
what
Oh, you don't
team-
remember who your team
yeah.
was? I got it.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
but
we discussed this earlier, wasn't it? Like UConn or something?
could have been. Hold on,
Yeah.
you're gonna spoil it.
Sorry.
So, my team did not win the men's tournament, but they ended up winning the women's tournament.
Oh.
So technically, it counted as a win for me. So I ended up getting like 15 minutes of extra recess or
Well,
something like
yeah,
that.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, but all the other kids go inside at normal time. It was just me out there and a teacher, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go in.
What are you gonna do in that? Just like
Right.
just swing for 15
Yeah,
minutes?
you could just run around,
Kick
or
some dirt
hang
around.
out, right.
You can wave at all your friends in class.
You're out the window like, you guys see me? What you guys learning?
Yeah.
You're just like, screw that. I'll go back to class.
But yeah, I guess I'll call that my best memory of March Madness.
My best memory was sophomore year, and it was the first day of the March Madness tournament, and it was UD playing Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like the game was coming to end in the 7th period, and I had a history in 7th period with Sunderhouse, I believe.
Sunderhouse.
What a guy!
I love him.
And they had a strict rule going around that like you could not allow like anybody to watch the UD versus Ohio State game. So we're all sitting in there, and I'm just sitting like this, like my phone right under the desk there, no one can see it, and we have to take a quiz during this period. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to take this quiz, come back here and just watch the game because it's about over. And I guess when he was passing out the quizzes, he passed them out to everyone, turned around, and we were all like this, head down watching the game. He's like, all right, pass the quizzes back in. We'll just watch the end of the game. And then we had a teacher next door that went to UD, so when the game was finally over, you just hear a big, yes! And everybody's like, oh, well, somebody's excited next door.
That was probably the Elite Eight run that year.
The elite, that was, I
Yeah.
think. That was a magical time for Dayton.
My
yeah, I
best
forgot
memory
about
with
that.
March Madness, I got a few. Obviously, being in high school, I think it's during like exams or something like that. When March Madness every year, you had exams at the end of the semester, spring break or something like that.
You always had something at the end before you went on break.
Yep, sneaking them on the phone, getting teachers to put them on the TV in the classroom. That was always a good time. But living in Vegas, March Madness is a whole nother beast, dude. Casinos are packed. Placing bets every 10 minutes on every different game that's starting every couple minutes. Just nuts. Packed to the max. Game after game. Just being at the sports book from sun up to sundown. Because the games start out there on the West Coast. The games start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
Games start at 9 o'clock.
Don't NFL games start at
Well, the NFL games start at 10.
10, yeah.
And then Ohio State
crazy.
played at 9.
so
I got to
weird.
set my alarm to get up on a Saturday to watch Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
I got to go to bed early to wake up to watch football. But yeah, March Madness, any sports, any big time sports thing in Vegas is just a whole nother thing that you could not imagine. Super
Right.
Bowl, March Madness, all of it. It's amazing out in Vegas.
Oh, I bet a lot of money being thrown around out there.
Oh yeah. Speaking of money, and
Speaking of money,
college
I'm here to
basketball,
talk.
we will be hosting our first annual bracket contest on ESPN. You'll
Let's
just
go.
download the app, find our group, Cavemen Media. Just join the group, fill out your bracket. You're probably not going to win because you're not going to beat me. However, you'll get a $50 gift card if you do beat me. First place, free $50 gift card to Amazon. Join our group, ESPN Bracket Contest. It'll be out next Sunday, Selection Show Sunday. As soon as the brackets are out, fill out your bracket, join our group, $50 gift card.
can we
to
tweet
Amazon.
out a link to our group?
We'll tweet the link. We'll put it everywhere that we can. We'll post it on the Instagram, everywhere.
When we finally get it made.
Yeah, once we get the bracket out and everything, everybody can join the group. Free
Look forward to-
$50 gift card to Amazon.
Look forward after next Sunday after Selection Sunday.
Like I said, though, you're not going to beat me. So
I mean,
You can beat me,
after I
but-
do and win the $50 Amazon card, I'm going to buy a poster and I'm just going to put it right over Baker there.
yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm going to buy another one of those to put at your house.
Yeah, but you'll be spending your money then, so it's like I won't even care.
Yeah. You guys are going to spend your $50 gift card on Baker Mayfield.
Absolutely. What else do you need? Speaking of college basketball, we'll keep rolling with that. Duke and Carolina played last night,
Ooh.
and Carolina won again.
Got to get
It's a
Zion back.
sweep. Yeah, I think they're saving Zion for the tournament, trying to get him rested. They might play him in the ACC tournament, I heard.
I saw today that they were going to.
Play him in the ACC tournament, get his minutes back up, get his conditioning going, ready for the NCAA tournament. Without him, they got no chance.
No.
No chance in the tournament.
If Zion doesn't play, the tournament's going to be wide open for anybody.
Yeah,
if he
right?
does, then Duke's probably going to be the favorite.
North Carolina, they didn't have a hot start to the season, and this last couple weeks they've been rolling. 25-6, I believe. They'll probably get the 1 seed if they can play well in the ACC tournament. I think they do.
Oh, yeah.
However,
Him and Kentucky are in the running for number 1 seeds.
who
I'm
cares
surprised about that.
Kentucky?
Who's your favorite
I do.
for the tournament?
I mean, as a diehard Kentucky fan, I want to say Kentucky, but if Zion plays, I mean, that's where I'm putting my money. It's on Zion.
Obviously, I'm Ohio State. I root for North Carolina.
Yeah.
However, Ohio State, they're on the bubble. They're on the bubble watch. I think they might get like a maybe a 10 seed, maybe.
They're going NIT. I'm sorry, bud.
Yeah, I
Them
wouldn't
and
argue
Dayton
that
will
at
be
all.
in the NIT.
But back to the Duke Carolina rivalry. I saw the stat last night when I was watching the game on ESPN. This is since 2003, so not just career. This is just since 2003. Who do you think has more championships, Coach K at Duke or Roy Williams with North Carolina?
I mean, Coach K is the GOAT.
See, that's what I thought. If you'd asked me that, I'd said the same thing. And I saw the stat, and I had to look it up just to be sure. Roy Williams has 3 titles since 2003.
What?
Coach K has 2.
Really?
9 Final Fours for Roy Williams in Carolina. Coach K, 3 since 2003. ACC regular season, 9-3, Roy Williams. ACC titles, 3-7. Excuse me, 3-3. They're even on that one. I thought Coach K would have blown Roy Williams out of the water on that. Now, if we're talking total, Coach K got a lot of his titles, wins, Final Fours, ACC tournament, regular season in the early 90s.
Christian
in the
League there.
90s.
Don't even want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
that exactly right
Let's
there.
not talk about it. Move,
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
But since 2003, since Roy Williams joined Carolina, Roy Williams has more titles, more Finals Fours, more ACC titles than Coach K. I had no idea.
Yeah, that kind
Kinda
of honestly surprises me.
Blown
'Cause,
away
like,
from that stat.
seems like Carolina doesn't really have like a lot of good seasons anymore. That honestly surprises me.
It's been a little while. They went to the championship a couple years ago, got beat by the buzzer beater against Villanova.
Didn't they
That
win
was
it
pretty
like the
bad.
next year after that?
No, I think they.
No, they did.
I think it's been a while since they've won one.
No, they won one just recently. I know that, but Besides that, they haven't won one.
It might have been the year after. You might be right on that one. I have to look that
I'll
up.
never forget that game. That game was wild.
But yeah, that Villanova Carolina game, that was nuts.
It's amazing. But yeah, if these two teams play again in the ACC tournament and Zion's playing.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Duke and Carolina. I don't know if they, however the bracket lines up, if they could make it to the finals or if it's semifinals whenever they'll meet.
Mm-hmm.
But a Carolina-Duke game with Zion,
is going to be a lot of money.
that's a big-time game.
It is. And hopefully we get to see it and Zion doesn't, sit out and then just wait to go to the NBA draft.
Yeah.
That would suck.
I think
for
he'll
all
be
those
back
basketball
this
fans.
What if he comes back and plays in that game and blows his other shoe out?
That'd be quite the story.
Then something tells me he's not going to sponsor Nike next
Yeah.
year when he plays in
No.
wherever he goes to. Well, yeah, it's interesting. Nobody would have thought this year that Carolina would sweep Duke. And
Oh, for
here
sure.
we are
Yeah,
talking about it.
you would have bet on that at the beginning of the season. You'd have taken Duke all day long.
Duke all day still. I'm a Duke hater, but Duke all day.
Nah.
Speaking of other games that were on, we had the Lakers and the Celtics last night. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Who
Lakers
won?
and Celtics last night. Celtics won. The Lakers have not covered the spread, so obviously I don't think they've won. But they haven't even covered the spread in 8 straight games.
Yeah, well, LeBron has other
Don't-
things going on.
Don't
in the
bet
NBA.
on the Lakers.
Apparently.
He's got more important things than playing basketball.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
he's got
we're
Space
gonna
Jam
talk
coming
to-
out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna break into the LeBron situation here real quick. So,
Insane.
a couple days ago, LeBron did pass Michael Jordan 4th all time in scoring in the NBA.
Doesn't mean anything.
So he moves to 4th. He's got Kobe in front of him at 3, Karl Malone at 2, and Kareem at 1.
Kareem.
This is the thing. LeBron passed, in majority of people, sports fans' eyes, the GOAT. Michael Jordan, there's nobody bigger than Michael Jordan, right?
Oh, no doubt.
In my opinion, I think LeBron is bigger, but, whatever. But most people would say MJ, the GOAT, whatever, best all time. He passed Michael Jordan. That's a big deal.
Okay, but he didn't pass Kobe. We're gonna say
But
Kobe's
listen,
better.
hold on.
We're
He's gonna pass
we're gonna
Kobe.
say Kobe's better than
He's
Michael.
he's gonna pass Kobe. Just listen for a second. He passed MJ, and half of the country was asleep when it happened. It's on the West Coast. Nobody's watching Laker games over here on the East Coast, right?
I haven't watched one.
I know you haven't.
Just think about what it would have been like if LeBron would have passed MJ in Cleveland with the Cavs. I mean, they would stop the game.
And he'd have let it
It would
go.
have been
Yeah,
a
they would have been
huge thing.
done a huge
Huge
thing.
thing. It'd been on TV, ESPN, highlights, everything. Now all you hear is Lakers still suck.
I think besides, I saw something on Twitter that I probably didn't read about it, but this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Other than people talking about how bad the Lakers are, you don't even think about, oh crap, he just passed Michael Jordan. He scored more points than Michael Jordan. That's a huge deal. And then
Because he played longer.
oh yeah, he's played tons more games, hundreds of more
Then
games.
why
Something
are we
stupid
talking
like
about
that.
this?
Yeah,
But-
Michael retired twice and came back.
Doesn't he
still
have more
very quick.
rings than?
Oh, MJ has 6 and LeBron has 3.
so-
We're not getting
So
into
what's
the ring
the
talk.
what's
damn
the
it.
argument?
Yeah, what's
Shut
the
up,
argument?
Just trying to compare what it was like in LA compared to what it could have been in Cleveland,
think he
having
should've
such a
stayed.
big
Well, if he would-
milestone in his career.
If he'd
Just
got that
downplayed.
milestone in Cleveland, he probably wouldn't be texting on the bench.
Yeah, but say it's also downplayed because LeBron isn't doing anything this year.
Right.
LeBron's not doing anything this year?
No, I don't know. I don't watch
Here-
basketball.
Here's one for you.
All I know is the Lakers aren't making the playoffs and they didn't get AD. So
Just
apparently
talking
LeBron
about
loses this year.
LeBron. He's still averaging 27 points a game. Third best in the NBA behind Harden and Giannis. Just above AD Anthony Davis. Hopefully future teammate for LeBron. Still averaging 27 points. He's still having a good year. He's missed over 20 games, but he's still putting the stats up.
he missed
scoring
20 games.
He's missed over. At one point, he missed 18 straight games.
Was he hurt?
So the Lakers were 4th in the West. They were the 4th seed in the West.
Oh.
He gets hurt, misses 18 games, comes back. Now they're 5.5 games out of the 8th seed. I think they're in the 10 spot right now. The same night that LeBron passes Michael Jordan, Rondo's getting called out for sitting 20 chairs away from his teammate, sitting with, I can't even remember the rapper, Kanye or somebody. He was sitting next to 2 Chainz or one of those guys.
Well, I wouldn't want to sit next to Lonzo anyway, so, what's the point?
So but LeBron's passing Michael Jordan, and the same night Rondo doesn't even want to sit with his teammates. The Lakers are. It could not be worse for the Lakers. Could not get any worse.
Los Angeles, man.
LeBron's showing up at games drinking wine.
At games.
That's a ballsy move.
Before a
On
game.
his 18-game streak that he was out, he goes to the game. He's sipping wine, walking in.
That's awesome.
He's a boss
Stories
move. I'm not
about
gonna
him.
lie.
Stories about him texting on the bench. Listen to this one. LeBron has to
He
take
might-
a helicopter to games because he lives out in right outside Beverly Hills. So he's so much more focused, in my opinion, on all these TV shows, HBO, CBS. He's got the movie coming out, Space Jam, which obviously I'm going to watch that, but he's got all these other distractions in LA that he didn't have in Cleveland. So I think he's just at that point in his career, unfortunately, that he's worried about this other stuff more than he is about basketball.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I mean, his basketball career is going to end, but doesn't mean like his life after has to.
Absolutely, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. And especially after like his appearance in Trainwreck, that movie, he had like really good appearance in it. He's got money elsewhere in basketball, and I think he finally realizes that.
Oh yeah,
and
the
that's what
majority of his money's coming from sponsorships and these TV shows and producing and all that stuff. But at the same time, he's still playing on the court. He's still competing. And don't get me wrong, he's putting up
Is he, though?
the numbers. He's putting up the numbers, but that roster is just god awful. And I don't know if you put that on LeBron or you put that on Magic Johnson, but it's a mess.
you put it on free agency next year, and nothing changes. Then you start blaming people.
I mean, they're talking about getting Kimba. I don't know. They got a lot of work to do in the offseason. A lot of pressure on the Lakers.
NBA offseason is going to be nuts.
It'll be interesting. It takes me back to the beginning of the season. There was a huge fight. It was the Rockets and the Lakers, and this is when it really hit me. Like, LeBron's not in it for his teammate. Maybe I don't want to say that he's not in it for his teammates, but this really rubbed me the wrong way. It was the Rockets and the Lakers. It was early in the season, and there's almost a brawl between the Lakers and the Rockets. And if you watch the video, LeBron first thing grabs Chris Paul from the Rockets. Not helping his team out. Not jumping in for his team and holding them back. He's running to Chris Paul and grabbing him. Which, they're best friends off the court in real life. That's cool. But, dude, you got to defend your teammates, right?
nah, it's basketball.
NBA is
Don't
much
worry
different
about
from the
that.
other sports, so
That just really rubbed me the wrong way. You know,
In hockey, you look at somebody the wrong way and their teammates coming up and punching you in the mouth.
yeah, hockey
Basketball,
does
they
it
don't
right.
give a shit.
Like basketball, they want to like cry about everything. Hockey, they're like, you just want to fight, and they throw the gloves and they solve their problems.
Although I will say that there's probably more flops in the NFL now than there is the NBA.
Oh, totally. I've noticed them.
oh, I love a good flop
A good
video.
flop.
Some of those flop videos are like, what were you even thinking? Like, didn't even
Yeah.
get called.
It's hilarious.
But now that we're done talking about a potential NBA free agency, we are now almost into NFL free agency, and we already had a big blockbuster trade.
Yeah, we're days away from free agency. I believe it starts on Thursday at like 4 o'clock, or maybe it's Wednesday, Thursday, 4 o'clock. They can officially start meeting with players. So look forward to that. But yeah, last night news broke. I actually just saw it this morning. AB to the Raiders.
Let's go.
That's going to be so bad. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be awful. Although I saw some pictures, he does look good in the Raiders uniform.
He does.
I hope they're terrible.
It's going to be so much more
I'm just
drama. than
glad
what
that
they
I don't
have.
have to worry about playing him anymore.
I saw.
We
one
have to play
picture.
him this year.
You know how he
I know,
he
but
trolled
not
the
twice a
whole
year.
he
Right.
trolled Buffalo and all that stuff. Said fake news. Didn't want to go to Buffalo.
Mhm.
You know who the Raiders' backup quarterbacks are?
Who's that?
Former Buffalo Bills quarterback Nathan Peterman and AJ McCarron.
And Jay McCarron, baby.
Hey, Jay McCarron. I'm very familiar with his work.
So he better hope that Derek Carr doesn't get
I
hurt.
saw a
because
thing today, and it was like talking about a game in the future, and it's like Derek Carr throws a touchdown pass to AB with seconds left on the clock. Final score: Chiefs 42, Raiders 7.
I saw that too.
I love it.
But
So
what
they,
That's
really
so true.
shocks me about this trade is that Pittsburgh didn't even get a first round pick back for him.
no, so they
They get a
trade
third
to
and a
the
fifth.
Raiders.
Yeah.
They get a third and a fifth for
But, they got
Antonio
shafted.
Brown. Well, they got shafted because of Antonio Brown. That's the best offer they could get.
And then AB
They
gets
coulda
like a
just
whole
kept
new
him,
deal.
Yeah, they could have kept him, and then he sits out, and they're still paying him.
Either way, they got to pay him what, $20 million or something like that.
Yeah, they're getting hit dead cap, $21 million, and you got to pay the man $21 million for him to not even play on your team.
That's crazy.
He's getting paid
Why-
more than
How
By
come
all that money
the
could have
Raiders
been on
don't
the
pick up
landing.
that contract?
it's just in his contract. I don't know. That's just how the trade works. I don't know the details of the NFL and contracts and all that.
If he
but
wasn't traded by Friday, he the Steelers owed him like a lot of money, and since he didn't get traded by Friday,
21 million's not a lot of money.
I don't think it was 21 million in particular, but there's something with 21 million. Those contracts are insane. I can't keep up with them.
Like I said, I don't know
had
the
to pay him
details.
somewhat away.
Either way, dead cap space. Steelers $21 million for a dude that doesn't even play for their team. The Steelers in shambles right now. I love it more than
Me too.
more than anything. Seeing the Steelers struggle, they trade away their number one receiver Antonio Brown, arguably the best in the league, lose their best running back, arguably the best running back in the league, Le'Veon Bell, just to keep Ben Roethlisberger, who might play one or two more
He's
years.
retiring after this year. They're gonna be
You
so
give up
garbage.
those two players just to keep him happy in the locker room. Nuts.
That I don't understand it. I mean, I know the guy brought you 2 Super Bowls, but is it really worth it?
He's got to have something on somebody in that organization.
He's got to have it.
I don't know. When it's time, in my opinion, and they went about it completely wrong.
They should have kept Landry Jones, former backup.
Overall, though, the Raiders, I can't decide if this is like a win for the Raiders or just balances out or a loss. I don't know. They give up Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack, so a really good offensive player and a really good defensive player. Mm-hmm. They lose a third and a fifth, that's nothing. They lose a second next year, whatever. But they get Antonio Brown, one of the best receivers in the league, 2 first-round picks this year, 1 first-round pick next year, and a second and a fifth next year. Who wins that trade, in your opinion?
Obviously, Oakland, man. I mean,
Just the overall situation, because it's a couple different trades between the Steelers and the Bears and the Raiders, whatever. But overall, just looking at the Raiders, who wins that? Losing Cooper and Mack, getting AB, and a couple first-round picks.
well, yeah, you lose Cooper, but Cooper wasn't really flourishing in Oakland anyways. The only thing that hurts him is losing Khalil Mack, but Khalil Mack, even before he went to Chicago, was having iffy times in Oakland.
He lit it up in Chicago, though.
Oh, he lit it up this year in Chicago. Like, he came out with a purpose. That was a bad deal for Oakland to let him walk. But you trade away Cooper, yeah, you lose him. You get the best receiver in the league for not even losing one of your first-round draft picks.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm an AJ Green
He's
fan.
top 3, but
Top 3.
He's top 3, arguably the best. Like I said, arguably the best.
I mean, if Antonio Brown's the first one to go in fantasy drafts, so that's how I base it off.
I would rather have Juju than Antonio Brown.
I would
At this
rather
point,
have
and-
Juju than
Juju's
Antonio
sweet.
Brown.
At this point in their career and where they are on and off the field, just attitude-wise, I'd take Juju
yeah,
as
Juju's
well.
sweet, and he's not a freaking diva.
Did you see he posted on Twitter today a video of him with highlights or whatever, said, I ain't never letting up. All in Steelers. So maybe a little,
Have you
backlash.
Have you ever
at
watched
Antonio
him
Brown.
on YouTube?
I have not.
He has
no.
like a whole YouTube page. He does he does like vlogs and
Oh, really?
YouTube stuff. Yeah.
I see him on
Gaming.
Twitter and commercials here and there. He seems like a really cool dude, and I hate saying that about a Steelers player because
No.
I fucking hate the Steelers, but
Yeah,
he seems like a cool dude.
that's the only person I can stand on the Steelers.
I can't
And
stand
I
the
just,
Steelers.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
I don't watch him during football season. I just watch him after. Like now, I watch his YouTube.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see AB in a Raiders uniform next
The
year.
Raiders don't even know where they're going to play games next year.
I think
like, they
it's
don't-
Oakland.
Yeah, they do.
What?
They came out with it, didn't they?
Did they? I
Yeah,
missed
I'm pretty
it
sure
if
it's
they did.
Oakland.
They're going to play in Oakland this year?
One more year in Oakland, yeah.
I know they're playing the Oakland Raiders, but there's
Yeah.
some kind of contract issue going on, unless it was resolved recently and I missed
They're
it.
Yeah, I'm
in
pretty sure it
Vegas.
was resolved
What,
recently.
2020?
They're going to Vegas next year for sure.
2020.
In 2020,
2020.
for sure going to be
Yeah.
in Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, their football
But there was all
season
kinds of
went
talks
bad.
about them playing in San Diego, San Antonio, playing at San Boy Stadium in Vegas. There was all kinds of talks about that, but maybe it got resolved and I missed it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're doing one more year in Oakland.
Either way, I hope they still suck.
There's a series on YouTube about them building a stadium
Oh, really?
in Las Vegas. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It's already
Goes
out?
over. Yeah, there's like a few episodes out already. Quite a bit actually. They go over like the planning of it, how they do it, how it's made, all that stuff.
That's
It's pretty
interesting. I'll
neat.
have to watch that.
When they first started building the stadium, they had to like dig underground. And I guess a construction worker was a Chiefs fan and buried his Chief jersey under his stadium.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that'll forever be there, folks.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. A little cheap plug in there for the Chiefs.
That'll be a good trip, though. Someday Browns play the Las Vegas Raiders. Make
Oh,
a
you're
trip
gonna
out
go
there
to that?
a game.
Are they going to be Las Vegas Raiders or Vegas Raiders like the?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I hope they're just Vegas. That
That's a
sounds
good
better.
question. I don't know that one. That's a good question.
I think they have to go by the actual city name, so they'd probably be Las Vegas.
Well, the Vegas Knights, the Vegas Golden Knights, they're not Las Vegas Golden Knights, just Vegas
They
Golden
can
Knights.
probably do it, but you know how the NFL is.
I remember when I lived in Vegas, the year or two leading up, every day it was talking about, are we going to get a hockey team? Are we going to get a hockey team? Then we finally got the hockey team. Then it was, are we going to be the Vegas Raiders? Or, I mean, the Vegas Knights? Or are we going to be the Nevada Golden Knights?
Vegas sounds a lot better.
Vegas.
Well, the other big city in Nevada is Reno, and they're like 8 hours north. Everybody there was pissed because they wanted Nevada. They didn't want it to be Las Vegas because they don't live in Las Vegas. So
Right.
ultimately, Las Vegas ruled just like they usually do.
Oh,
so.
that just sucks for them.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of Nevada, I think of Vegas, not Reno.
Exactly.
Never heard of Reno.
Yeah. What's a Reno?
It's a big city in Nevada, but it's not Las Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, all right. I'll have to check it out, I guess.
Speaking of gambling and Vegas and stuff, I heard this story the other day from Pat McAfee. I'm sure you guys
Yeah,
are.
we've
You guys are.
listened
You guys
to
are
it.
big,
Yeah.
big Pat.
Big
McAfee
Pat fans.
Yeah,
For the brand.
I know you guys are, but I heard this story for the first time and I thought it was hilarious. Two stories actually. First, I'm gonna start with. Do you guys know how he got to West Virginia?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I know I talked
You
to you
told me
about
a
it,
little
Connor.
bit
Have
the
you
other
heard this, Jordan? Have you heard this story?
Yeah, like the kicking competition
Yeah,
after
so-
he committed to what?
He
Kent State?
committed to Kent State, and then told his dad like, "No, I'm better than this." And he asked his dad for $1,500 to go to this kicking contest down in Miami. Dad says, "No, I'm not giving you any more money. You're already going to Kent State. Just get over it. Go to Kent State." He's like, "No, I'm better than this." So he wins a poker tournament, gets the money to play, goes down to Miami, kicks a bunch of field goals, I guess they went like 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Yeah.
Gets all the way like 70 yards, just crushes it. Goes to school the next day in high school in West Virginia University, shows up in his cafeteria, and he goes to West Virginia. Brings his career to where he is
Hey.
now.
Winner's gonna win.
All started with the poker tournament.
That's a good lesson. Sometimes you just got to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's exactly what
just
he
gotta
did,
play
man.
poker.
Bet on yourself and see what happens.
It turned out for him.
Right?
Yeah, it worked for him.
End up playing with Peyton Manning and everything.
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
speaking of Peyton, he told Peyton. I'm sure you guys heard this story too. You guys
Yeah.
Oh, that's
obsessed
always
with
a
Pat.
classic.
It's his
I'm
Natterday story.
I'm new to the Pat McAfee show 2.0.
Oh, man, you got a lot
and
to
all that
learn.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Let's learn. Have you discovered Heartland yet?
I've listened here and there, but he was on the Marty Smith in America podcast, and Marty was interviewing him and asked him or told him about how great his Peyton Manning story was, but they didn't tell the story, so I had to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
He was at a small casino in some small town in Indianapolis, and he's on the roulette table. It's like 2:00 in the morning, and Peyton walks past him and slaps him on the ass and shoots him his little finger guns and says, "Red 18." Walks out. So Pat pulls all of his chips together, puts them all on red 18. The whole table joins him, puts everything on red 18. Red 18 hits. Like, that's ridiculous odds. It's like 1 in like 36 or something like that. Ridiculous odds. Goes to practice the next day. Pat tells Peyton, he's like, "Hey man, dude, did you know that red 18 hit last night?" And Peyton goes, "Of course I knew.
Yeah.
He's freaking Peyton Manning."
Pat's like, if Peyton tells me to
Ridiculous.
jump off a bridge, I'm gonna do it.
Absolutely, especially when you're early in your career like that and you're playing with Peyton
Right.
Manning.
All right.
You're gonna do whatever that man says.
Yeah. Oh man, that
Tell me a good Peyton Manning State Farm commercial.
Chicken
Chicken
parm.
parm, you taste so good.
that's doesn't he do nationwide in that state?
Is it nationwide?
I don't
Excuse
know
me.
what it is.
Excuse me.
I
I think
know
Roger
chicken
does State
parm.
Farm. Get
Yeah,
your
you're right.
insurance plans.
You're right.
Rogers.
I
Come on.
I can't keep up with the
Rogers.
insurance commercials.
Discount the whole shit.
The discount double check, the chicken parm. I love it all.
Trying to keep up with all those are getting pretty hard. I think Geico just finally kind of gave up on it and just started just doing reruns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, vote for your best one on Geico.com. Like, why would I want to spend my time doing that? Like, come on, guys.
So next, we're gonna share a few childhood / teen stories.
Oh, the memories.
And the reason I want to do this because on the way here, I passed one of my mom's old house and it made me think about this story. So I figured I would tell it.
Let's hear it.
So we just get this new house and it just got moved in. And my mom's car was parked out on the street and she told me to pull it in. And I thought she told me to pull it into the garage because we were just talking about how she'll be able to park in the garage at this house.
Right.
So I had just got my license. Actually, I don't even know if I had my license. I think I had my temps. So I'm trying to pull it in, and it's a tiny garage. And I get it in there a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fit. Let me just back out. And I start to back out, and I'm like, shit, I'm not going to make it. And in my head, I'm like, I should go get, somebody who knows how to drive.
All right.
So I'm like, no, I got this. So I back out in the, like what the garage door comes down on. I don't know what that's called, like the tracks or whatever.
Yeah.
The door scrapes that. And I like floor it for some reason. Scrapes the door, smacks the mirror straight off the door.
Oh.
It's dangling. I get out and look at it, and the door is like all dented and scratched. Paint's gone. Mirrors smashed. I go inside. I'm like, hey, Mom, I scratched your car. I scratched
your car. All right.
She's like, she was mad. My stepdad was like, it's fine. Let's go look at it. It's just a scratch. I'm like,
yeah, it's just a scratch. Mom, you stay here.
Yeah, so we go out there, we look at it, and my stepdad looks at me and goes, that's not a scratch. And my mom comes outside and looks at it and starts freaking out on me. She's like, you totaled my car. I'm like, whoa. I didn't total it. It is perfectly drivable.
You could still start the car, Mom.
I was like, I can get some duct tape and fix that mirror right up.
Get the redneck crew over here. We'll get this straightened up real quick.
Yeah, needless to say, that was not a good few weeks after that.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So what do you guys got? You got any good stories?
I'll keep rolling with it. These aren't good memories that we're talking about here.
They're funny.
Oh, I got one similar to yours.
I'll keep going with that.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
It was, I think it was summer going into sophomore year. Spent the whole summer grounded.
Oh, nice.
I was at my buddy Connor Maslowski's house. We just discovered the Four Loko.
No. Dangerous.
And I don't even know how we got them. I literally could not even remember or tell you how we ended up with these Four Lokos.
They're so easy to get if you can find them.
I'm 16 at the time, Jordan. I know where they're at, but I can't buy them. I know where they're at. I can find them.
Yeah.
Anyways. Summer going into sophomore year. We're at Connor's house. It's me, Parrot. Who knows who else is there? And we had a great time. It's like a Saturday night. Great time. Partied. Woke up the next morning. I was working at McDonald's at the time. I go to work the next day. McDonald's, Sundays. I got to be there like 5 a.m. Having a good day. Working, making the cheeseburgers, filling the fries, all that good stuff. Just throughout the day, Jordan.
Oh, okay.
And
a little too early.
Towards the end of the shift, I get a text from my buddy Parrot. He's like, hey, man, Connor's mom found our trash last night. She saw the cans. She came to my house.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
So, of course, she went to my house, told my dad, told my mom. Grounded the whole summer.
The whole summer?
The whole summer,
That's
grounded.
terrible.
I think it was like halfway through summer. Grounded the whole summer, sophomore year. The worst part about it, though, is like my friends didn't even get in trouble. Like they didn't even get in trouble. And I'm over here grounded the whole summer.
That's
pissed.
That is so bad. Like I don't even remember getting in trouble like the day that like my mom figured out that I was drinking. I was kind of more like, don't do it, but if you're gonna do it, like be smart about it.
But I feel like all the cool parents said like, don't do it, but if you're going to, just do it here.
Basically, that's what she said.
If you're gonna do it, let us take care of you.
Yeah.
And of course, I get in trouble, and then my brother here, he's 16, 17, 18. He's doing it, and he ain't getting in no damn trouble because he's the second kid, gets away with whatever they want.
I'm about to show you a video one day. You're just gonna laugh.
They would just tell me as long as you're not driving, stay home.
They learned from Cody.
Yeah, they're like, we're not gonna stop it. Might as well make sure he's safe.
I remember though, like going back to childhood stories. I remember I was like 6 or 7 years old, and my grandparents had this motorhome they bought. They had a big plan that they were gonna like travel around and live in it, like through the summers, come home for the winters, and park in one of our driveways for the winter. But like, unfortunately, my grandma got sick by then. But anyways, they used to keep it at my house during the winter, and they would take the battery out and they'd go stay at their house. So every time I go in there and I mess with the controls or whatever, it would never move. So I'd always put it in drive and act like I'm driving like it's my own little race car. Well, they came back the following spring, got it, and they brought it back the next fall. And my goofy butt walked right in there. As soon as they park it in the driveway, my grandpa's got his like brand new Buick parked right in front of it. I put it in drive, bam, right in my grandpa's brand new Buick. That's not even the best part. Like my mom comes in like the camper side door, and I'm sitting in the driver's seat trying to get out the door. Like, get me out of here! By the time I had the door open, she got me, and it was.
She whooped you, I bet.
Oh, I think it was the only day I ever got my butt whooped.
Was your grandpa mad?
Honestly, no. He drove around like the car like that for like 3 more years, then sold it. Like, he was not a person to fix it. If it ran, he was driving it. No one was mad. Everybody was just mad that like I went in there and just put it in drive, like not even thinking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm 7. Like, you guys didn't really give me the
The
tools here
heads
to
up.
learn this. Usually it doesn't do that when I put it in drive, Mom.
It took me forever to realize, like, when you're driving a car, you have to push the brake to move from drive to.
You didn't know.
Yeah. How'd you?
I'm talking when I got my Temps here. I'm
Oh,
talking
when you-
like I'm not talking like now.
Yeah.
When I
I
got
was
my
just
temp,
mind blown by it.
when I got my temps and started driving, I didn't know you were supposed to only do like 1 foot for each pedal. I had 1 foot.
You
on the
were a
brake.
2-footer?
Yeah, I was a 2-footer. My mom looks out and goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "What?"
I remember, you guys know how like the steering wheel before you start it, sometimes it'll be locked and you gotta turn it to turn the key.
Yeah.
Well, the first time that happened to me, I was like trying to start it, and it was me and my friend Dallas, and we were out past like when we were supposed to be. Like I needed to be home. I still had to drop him off and all this stuff, and I couldn't get my car started just because of that. So we just sat in my car for like an hour trying to figure it out. It was rough.
That was a rough night. I bet.
Rookie driving days. So we talked last episode about the combine. Talked about the NFL combine. We talked about our own Cavemen Media combine. The video is finally done.
Let's
with
go.
the editing, so that'll be up. It's
It
up.
is up
It's up right
currently.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
went up
you can
today.
check that on
Yeah.
YouTube. We'll post a couple clips here and there on Twitter and Instagram at Cavemen Media, so you guys can check that out. It was a good time,
Turned out well.
other
Better
than
my
how
fault.
freaking cold it was outside.
And
we
losing
were,
$100.
we were trying to hurry, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
put $100
Jordan-
in my
I
pocket.
say and Jordan lost $100.
$100 in my pocket. I don't know if it was worth it or not because it was.
I'll get it back.
It was so cold.
I'll get that gift card. I'll get something back. It's all right.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, check out the combine video. It'll be up tomorrow, or it's up right now. We'll post some clips tomorrow on Instagram, Twitter, and all that good stuff.
Let's go.
And we also got some other news we want to talk about. So Trevi was on. He was on the last show a couple days ago. At Trevi Leon on Twitter and Instagram. He performed for us here. You haven't seen that yet, unless you saw it on the live video. But we will be posting clips of that here and there on Instagram and Twitter. We also want to give a little promo shout out to Trevi. He's got some shows coming up. April 6th, he's in Yellow Springs. He's at a cafe. I don't know the exact location. We'll get more info on that, and we'll update you guys there. But it's April 6th. It's in the evening. He's doing a show. We'll be there. We might even be doing a show there. We'll probably make a video, record.
Yeah, we'll definitely make some videos from that. We'll be there, seeing the show. Hopefully do a podcast or something out there.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to set something up. We'll be there though. We'll hope you guys will come support Trevi, come support us.
Or don't.
But mainly supporting Trevi. We want to give all the support to him. He's a killer musician. His voice is ridiculous. His guitar skills are amazing. I couldn't believe it when he was here.
Me either.
That was April 6th in Yellow Springs. Also April 16th down in Cincinnati. I think it's like MVP Sports Bar. We'll get the exact times and everything for you guys. We'll post it. I'm sure he'll be posting it. But we'll be at both. We definitely want to see you guys there supporting Trevi.
Come on out.
So follow the show at Cavemen Media. Use the hashtag Cavemen Media. We're going to be posting stuff on Instagram, Twitter, keeping you guys updated with the show. We want you guys to interact with the show. Give us some topics. Give us your feedback. Everything you guys got, just throw it at us. We do want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's following us. We're already over 200. We're killing it. We're having a good time. We're having fun. We hope you guys enjoy it. Keep following along. We really want you guys to interact with us and keep us going, keep us motivated.
Don't forget to sign up for the bracket tournament.
Bracket
next
contest next Sunday. It'll be on the ESPN March Madness app. We'll create a group, Cavemen Media. Winner gets a $50 gift card. So really interact with the show. Fill out your bracket. March Madness coming up.
Best time of the year.
Follow me on Twitter at Sports.Ohio and Instagram, Cody J. Gray.
weekend. You follow me on both at Real Connor Gray.
And you can follow me on both at Jordan Lees.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
See you guys.